بسم الآب والابن والروح القدس الإله الواحد آمين. نتمنى يكون حضراتكم كلكم بخير. We hope everyone is doing good. I have some good news. I was asked by Abuna Mikhail to make this video regarding the process of opening the church and how we are opening the church again. This video will be an explanation of how to register and the rules and regulations of the church, and it will be in English and in Arabic. الفيديو هيبقى عربي و English. So we'll go with the English first and then we can cover the Arabic later. Also, the same rules applies for St. Peter, St. George, since we are one church but two different locations. Whatever goes at St. Mark also, God willing, will apply for St. Peter and St. George. So how does this work? A church will open, God willing, Saturday, May 30th. This will be the first liturgy, and we'll have two liturgies at St. Mark and one liturgy at St. Peter on Saturday. And we will send you tomorrow a message with the registration form, the link for it, where you can go online and register. And the church have limited spot for each liturgy. And that's because, of course, we have to follow the regulations of social distancing and all the other precautionary measures that we have to keep in mind. So May 30th is the first liturgy, God willing, and I'm happy, and we're all excited to open the church again and have liturgies together. And I'm sure that also you are happy to hear that. I just want to explain that only liturgies will be back. No Sunday school for now until we figure out how things are going to open more and more by time. So this message is only about liturgies, the regulations, and the registration. To sign up for a liturgy, tomorrow we will send a message from St. Mark and St. Peter, St. George with a link where you click the link. And there also the message that we will send, it will have a video that will guide you how to fill the form. I don't want to spend time on explaining how to fill the form. I think most of you can watch the video and then you can fill the form. But basically it will be per family. If you are a family of 4, if you are a family of 5 or more, or 3 or 2, you just register and register the first last name, and then email, and then you put the names of the people attending with you. And the form is very easy. It's not challenging at all. It's very easy. We'll follow. If you follow the prompt, it should be able to attend. We'll have a lot of liturgies for everyone, and we kindly ask no one to register more than once for now. We are trying to get everyone to take communion, and this is the most urgent thing now, is to give communion to everyone. So please be mindful of your brothers and sisters in Christ who wants also to take communion. So please only allow, register only for one liturgy, no more than one liturgy. If you register for more than one liturgy, either at St. Mark or St. Peter, St. George, we will be scanning the forms and we will find out if there are duplicate names. You have to provide contact information, because if we don't know who you are, we will be contacting you. If you choose to go with information that's not familiar to us. So the registration process will be will be explained in a separate video for your convenience. Regarding coming to church, we would ask everyone to come to church, those who registers for certain liturgies, to come wearing face masks, to take their temperature before they leave the house. Temperature will be taken, each one's temperature will be taken at the door of the church with an infrared thermometer to make sure that no one is feverish or anything. If you are feverish, please do not come to church. It's our responsibility to care for one another and to really experience the meaning of one body. If you don't feel well, sick, or you have any symptoms, please call even in the morning of, or send a message to Abuna saying, I'm sorry, I cannot come, I don't feel well. That's fine. We will do our best to register you again for another liturgy. But under no conditions we will let anyone into the church with high fever. I know this will sound a bit strict, but we have to, because this is a serious disease and it affects people's life. If you don't register online and you show up at the church door expecting that you will be admitted to the church, I'm sorry, I'll have to say that this is not going to be the case. We will not accept any person who is not registered. Now, when you register, we highly advise, because spots are limited, highly advise that you register as a family, not as individuals. Individuals will take longer for everyone, but as a family, we highly suggest that one family, as long as they live under the same roof, they share the same space, the family will be put in one pew. Regarding father, mother, kids, and immediate relatives who are sharing the same, live under the same household with them. With that said, when you come to church, you have to have face mask. You have to bring your own water to the church. If you can, bring wipes with you, hand wipes, or sanitizing wipes with you, because we will need you to wipe the pew after you leave. Right before you leave, you will need to wipe the pew and to leave it ready for the next service. And of course, church will be sanitized after each liturgy, but at least we will try to make things clean. There will be no book prayers, there will be no veils, there will be no cups of water in the back. Bring your own water with you, bring your own face mask, and you will be asked to have the face mask on your face during all the time of the liturgy. You're only allowed to take the face mask during communion, and then after you're done and you drink your water, you cover your face with the face mask. I hope this is clear. There are more regulations, but we will we'll get you up to speed when we open the church, because it will make sense then. It might not make sense now, but we will give you more details about more regulation in the liturgy, or just before we start the liturgy. There is a time that you are allowed to come in 15 minutes before the liturgy starts, and 10 minutes after the liturgy starts. So if you register with your whole family, but you come 10 minutes after the liturgy starts, the liturgy will start at 9 a.m. and 9:10 sharp, the door is closed. If you come after this time, there will be no one to open the door. Everyone will be inside enjoying and praying the divine liturgy. If you come after this time, please go back home and register for another liturgy. We're saying this because it's very crucial that those who will be responsible for the admitting process, to admit people to church or to allow people to church, will also need to attend the liturgy, and I don't want to waste the liturgy for them. And also it may be a good practice to come early to church and abandon this terrible habit of coming just on the communion time. Even if you have kids and if you're concerned about the kids, I myself have younger kids, and we will take it if the kids are crying. There is not much we can do. Crying rooms will be only limited to one family at a time, and it will be sanitized after each liturgy. So if we have more than one family with younger kids who are crying, we'll just have to try to calm them down. But I don't expect mothers to be walking back and forth trying to calm the kids. That's not gonna work out. And the liturgies will not be long. We're trying to limit the time that we are in. Church windows will be open all the time to allow continuous airflow, along with the vent from the AC, trying to be as safe as possible. But also, if kids are crying during the liturgy, Abuna will not be mad. It's okay. We understand you cannot go anywhere. You have to sit on your pew, and you're not supposed to leave a lot. We understand that if your kids is crying and you cannot control it, it is what it is. What we cannot allow is the kids running in the church, because that will not be allowed. There will be people responsible for النظام, organized liturgical prayers, and no kids are allowed to run off the pews. This is not an option anymore. If younger kids are crying, it's fine. We can handle some noise, but what we cannot handle is kids running all over the place. After you take communion, please also keep in mind during the liturgy, when you get in line to take communion, you will be called by pew to take communion, and then after this you go back to your pew and you sit down, you drink your water, and you put it back in your bag, and you continue praying. And then after the final dismissal, Abuna will hand the ologia or luqmat al-baraka to each one in a covered way, maybe in a plastic bag or something. There will be we'll watch for the social distancing at all time, and we're hoping that this take care of the current situation until we find a cure for this disease. Until here, all the regulations goes for both church the same way. I mean, St. Peter and George and St. Mark. This is an extra organizing point regarding St. Mark. If you're attending the liturgy in the chapel, you'll have to park near the chapel. If you're attending the liturgy in a big church, you will have to park near the tent, the tented gate, the gate that has a tent in front of it. And the door between both churches will not be open. So, there will be no traffic between both churches, because each church has a set number of people praying at a certain time. It's a learning curve, so bear with us until we learn what's best for everyone. And also for you, we understand it's a learning curve. As long as you're compliant with the regulations that we ask you to follow, we will not we will all be on the same page, and hopefully nothing serious come from this. We also are open to any suggestions or any recommendations that you might come up with. We're open. We would love to hear it from you. And pray for the service, pray for the church. We really need it. And it's okay if you don't understand. We will try to answer all your questions if you have any questions. And hopefully this video has been informing enough. And inshallah, the registration form will be available online. We'll send a message tomorrow from both churches at 2 p.m. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, May 17th. We'll send a message tomorrow, God willing, with the information to register for the liturgies. I'd like also to ask those who do not work weekdays, certain weekdays. Let's say that you're off Sunday and Wednesday, or Sunday and Tuesday. By all means, choose Tuesday over Sunday, because not a lot of people have this luxury where they have a weekday off. Most people work weekdays, so let's not focus on the weekends and ignore the weekdays. If you are off any weekdays, please make it a priority for you and your family to come. and attend the liturgy on a weekday rather than the weekend, because I know a lot of people will be off only weekends, and Sunday and Saturday's liturgy will be a high demand for everyone. So if you have a weekday off and we have a liturgy, you're lucky. Go for that one instead of going for the weekends. The form is open only for we have it only for 15 days of registration, and then we will reevaluate, see how things are going, and then after 15 days we will open the registration again for another 15 days. So it will, as I said, it's a learning curve, and we are all learning together here. One more point I'd like to add, that when you register using the form, please, that you will receive an email confirmation. This email confirmation is very crucial for you to bring with you when you come to church, because this is your basically your invitation to attend the church. You can either print it or show it us on a phone screen, where there will be a list, and we will compare the information on both, and then you will be admitted or not admitted. One more point, to those who cannot register online because they don't have access to internet or computer or whatever, we will allow, we will attach a phone number. You can call the phone number with your information. Someone of our church members will help you register. You will give him all the information on the phone, and they will fill the form on the computer for you. And you have to have an email. لازم يكون عندك ايميل عشان يجي لك الكونفirmation ان وصل لك that you got the confirmation. دي النقطة التانية. أرجوكم يعني I hope please no double booking at all at any time. Only one liturgy per church. يعني if you attend at St. Mark Church, you cannot register at St. Peter St. George. So it's one liturgy. You cannot go jump between churches. We're not going to allow this. The reservations will be doubles, like scanned for double bookings, and if we see double bookings, we'll cancel one of the bookings based on the needs. Thank you, and God bless.